How's it going, guys? So we're here for more Diablo. It's getting bored. I'm already reached the point where I've already reached far enough into the point where I can't get any more experience in Act 1 unless I proceed even further. So, as you can see, we now have a dire wolf and we have the Wolverine spirit. We come to our skills. I do have a helmet that's giving me bonuses, but Ravens are level 5, Creepers level 5, Spirit Rolls level 5, and then of course you have Dire Wolf, and these ones are both level 1s. Before we get to Endorial, I will be getting Artic Blast, so that will start that. Gloves, all the rest of the stuff hasn't really changed. Helmet just shows because of the Ravens instead of the resistances that I have. And then we're using this, just some random stab or scepter that I happen to find, grinding through the Forgotten Tower. And then still at 30 strength. This is actually giving me the 1 point, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to 60 dexterity, and then we'll go back and forth between strength and vitality. And for Merc, I pretty much bought this off of Geed's gamble thing, so nothing really too special. And then I pretty much just gave her my old helmet, so there's that. And I learned something new today, too. I did not know that wolves have cold damage. Wolves do not have that in original Diablo 2. So that was interesting to find out because my wolves kept freezing enemies and I couldn't figure out a reason why. And I thought it might have been some of the part of the gear that I happen to have. And turned out that's not true. So got to the outer cloister. Didn't go any further than that. So let's
flows from here.
See if we can get that thing. The malice. I got a whole pack of wolves. I got my ravens. You know, I mean, we're just rolling up in this place. They ain't even gonna stop us. And we have 160 health too, which is even nice. So, eventually, what I'll do is once I actually reset my character, I will eventually reset Poison Creeper because later on in the game, Poison Creeper is not going to be helpful unless you actually do a Rabies build, which just gets bonus from that, which then makes Poison Creeper just really weak, probably the weakest of your party because it's going to be usually the first ones they're going to target. So all the points they're going to go from Poison Creeper, I'll put into Artic Blast. But I won't do a reset until at least Diablo. So. Okay, so that's it. This is going to be video 5, so. Wolverine's usually your best with dire wolves. However, most people usually run Oak Sage for their wolves and for your grizzly bear, especially in hell difficulty to give them more health and stuff like that. Very rarely is anyone ever going to run a Wolverine in hell difficulty, unless you're using a werewolf druid. And that'd be with stacking with Fury and Fury Rage, or excuse me, Infernal Rage. Come on, gang, let's hurry up here. Oh, and no, we're level 18 too, so there's that. I can only get so much experience in the Forgotten Tower, or eventually around that level. And did get some ruins, mostly just mid ruins, nothing really too exciting. Still have yet to decide the rune runes I'm going to be able to work with. pro until Act 2 where ruins are going to be more plentiful to deal with. You look like you come from the planet the Loki's from, the Frost Giant planet. I can't remember what the hell it's called. That's what he looks like. He looks like a frost giant.
Charcy will be thankful to get this malice.
Yeah, with the malice, I'm going to aim for a wolf head's helmet. I have a few ones, most of these for shapeshifting. I didn't really come across any ones that are actually really good for summons yet. If I don't use it in Act 1, I will eventually save it to where you actually get a better Druid helmet. That was one of the things I was pondering about in doing the Diablo grind, which they kind of did in Diablo 4, is make like actual animal-like gear, because the Druid only gets the helmets. He gets the ram, the wolf, and the falcon, and that's about it.
No way. Bars can't hold a force of nature.
He doesn't actually get like any like animalistic actual gear. You know, even his weapons are still practically the same. You know, only very few characters actually get specialized weapons, like the assassin for the guitars, the claws, the scissor claws, and stuff like that is made for the actual assassin self. The paladin gets his scepters and his Rodesh shields, or Rodance shields. But they kind of just skimped on the Druid when it came to DLC, you know, which is kind of disappointing, because I think they could have done a lot of things with the Druid, with the gear and weapons wise and stuff like that. We're either getting the waypoint or we're getting jail level 2, one of the two. Waypoint's down there. Can't remember if Pit Spawn is in... Oh, wait for silence. If he's in 1 or 2. I think he's in level 1. I do not remember. Really don't need the waypoint, so a lot of the acts, especially if you do on BattleNet, a lot of the waypoints you don't actually need, especially normal difficulty, unless you're actually playing to rush people, and even then you'll get maybe gems or some really low level ones for even a normal random rush in normal difficulty. In extreme rare cases, some people will actually pay for high roads, but that's like extremely rare, and if people ever do, they pay like 1, maybe 2 high runs to get a full rush from average to hell difficulty. So far, the only enemy that's actually managed to really take my team down a bit was Countess, and that's only just because they were standing in their fire. So far, I haven't found any enemies that actually can take down my team so far. Which is a good sign, because once we get to Endaro, that's where it's really going to matter the most. video will probably be like a few minutes over after 20 minutes, if I have to guess. Because I was just rambling on and didn't check bother checking the time, so. Jail is one of those kind of areas you pretty much just literally just run through. You know, it's like really no purpose to it. You know, it's just a big extra filler area. I mean, it may have a few champions, maybe a couple mini bosses, but I mean, are you really going to like, you know what? Out of all the areas, I'm gonna go grind in the jail. No, it's not gonna happen whatsoever. It's more of a nuisance because when you go through jail level 1, you're gonna run into either 3 things. Pit spawn, foul dog, and at a lower level, a lot lower level than I would be, possibly level 10, 12 at most, pit spawn will put a whooping on your team, or just your character alone. Even someone like the paladin, you're going to struggle against them because his constant attacks are using freezing you and using lightning, and you know, then has his multiple minions shooting at the same time, can put a severe danger onto your character. It's either that, or you will find the waypoint before you ever find the next following levels. Kind of like how the Catacombs 2 runs, you always look for the waypoint for that. Even on normal difficulty, especially if you run to rush one of your level of characters, if you have a second piece or something like that, and you'll usually end up finding the waypoint before you find the level. Oh no, he's on the second level, so I was right. And he just got owned. Then again, we are level 18. He's probably... Well, the thing is, Indaro is what, level 15, I think Indaro is? So he's probably like a level, at least level 9. Between level 7 and level 9 enemy. Where the hell is this goddamn waypoint? Or the entrance? Of course, like, you scour the entire goddamn map, and it's like, it's just one little section. And especially in Act 2, when you do something like, what is it, the Lost City, and you go to the Claw Viper Temple. And I've done it where I've scoured the entire map. Not once did I find the goddamn thing, and it's just like that one little smidgen on the side of the map you just didn't even pay attention to, and there it happens to be. It's like, are you kidding me? You spend like 10 minutes looking for the goddamn thing, and it's like, hide it in the corner. Ooh, my first taco. 2 to Raven and 1 to Socket. His defense is 6 though. It's kind of crappy. The only benefit is the socket. I just don't have anything really good I was to put in there, except maybe like a sapphire or something like that. That might actually be good. Hopefully the autos got good enough for you guys too. I've been trying to keep it within the same volume as I usually do. It's always tricky with Yeti mics because you never know if you should talk too close or talk too far away, and that's what's going to either bring the audio up really loud or it's going to distort it like really far back, which is really annoying. But I plan to get a different mic soon, so I'm going to get one of those Shure mics, those SHURE ones that I've seen a lot of people use. Apparently they're way better than the Yetis, so I'm going to get one of those, so mic volume and sound of that would be completely different. It's interesting too. They actually dimmed the light ambiance around this area because in oh no, it is darker here. I don't remember. Act 1 doesn't have light and dark timing, I don't think. I don't know why I always thought this place had a brighter ambiance to it. This is probably because I had an ass ton of light radius too, which also helps out a lot. The mic up here a bit. Oh, the bastard keeps bringing them back. Knock that off. I'm pretty sure we're gonna end the video here. I apologize about the timing. Like I said, I immediately jump in. I don't even pay attention to the time. But either way, stay safe, healthy, and sanitized. Make sure to like, subscribe in the comments below. Make sure you share my videos. And yeah, I'll continue to update you on how good an Artic summoned Druid will actually be. I'll see you guys.